Hey y'all, it's Trenton back here again, and Happy New Year's. Now, I know what you're probably thinking, why am I not being too loud? Well, it's starting to get to that point where New Year's Day, you get tired, you get a bit sleepy. Um, and obviously, if you live in a house that has multiple people in it, you want to be considerate. You don't want to yell, you don't want to shout, Happy New Year. Maybe I'll give you all a special surprise, just to really let the New Year's Day sink in tomorrow. But that's later on. Right now it's about maybe around 12:40 something. But if you all do hear something like some popping noises or anything like that in this video, just know it's my neighbors. You probably heard it in the 2020 video that I just made. People are actually popping fireworks already. And yeah, it's a bit shocking, but hey, not surprising. But like I said, y'all, Happy New Year. I'm looking forward to 2021. A lot of people are just saying that, hey, it's time to say goodbye to 2020 and get 2020 to the curb and do all this, do all that, forget 2020. I really don't think we need to have that attitude. I feel like what we should be doing and saying is that, hey, 2020 was a rough year, but we did learn a lot. It showed us a lot, changed us, as one person commented already on my 2020 video, this is the year that we change. And so I think that change is something that, and I've said this before, change has so much importance, is essential to life. But also change can be positive, it can be negative. Regardless though, change is something that is bound to happen in your life. And so I definitely do believe that in 2021, we'll see a lot more change. We'll see a lot more positivity, a lot more hope. And I think, just because of the fact of how rough of a year 2020 was, I feel like 2021 is definitely going to be the year where we sort of really understand the importance of really like how we treat each other, our consideration towards each other, the way we love each other, the way that we talk to each other, as all those things that I said in my 2020 video. I feel like we'll see a better version of those things this year. And I just feel that even as I said in my be thankful for your life video, and I said that death is something that it's in such a large quantity, as far as now and in 2020, death is something that was happening every day. And it's always been happening every day. Death is something that never stops, But death is something that I feel like seeing it in such a large quantity and proportion in 2020, that pushed me to be so much more thankful for my life in general. And so I definitely feel like this is going to be the year where a lot of people definitely recognize like, hey, it's time to start being thankful. It's time to not take things for granted. A lot of people have a problem with taking things for granted and not really appreciating things for their full purpose and for their full use and for their full existence. And so I definitely feel like the reality is that a lot of people are going to really understand that, wow, 2021 is the year that we need to really appreciate each other. And not just appreciate each other, appreciate the world itself. I've said, I don't feel like we can say this is our world. I feel like we have done so many negative things to harm the world, so many negative things to hurt the condition of the world, to worsen the condition of the world, to where it's like the world was never in our possession. But at one point in time, a lot of people would always say, oh, this is our world. The world belongs to us. And I don't believe that. I really don't believe that. I really don't support that saying. But this is the year that we need to recognize the importance of even how we treat the earth. We've been becoming a lot more aware of that over the past few years, but I feel like especially this is going to be the year that we definitely understand even more like how important the condition of the world truly is. As I said, we've been becoming aware of it, but it's now like, I just feel like we definitely going to take it a lot more serious. I really do feel like we're going to like sit back and honestly recognize like, man, we really need to start doing better. I made a video, I think maybe like a year ago or 2 years ago, just about caring for the environment. Dude, man, 2020 showed us enough about the environment, and I mean, like, as I said, this is why I say, like, even in my faith or my religion, I believe that, God created the earth, and he definitely didn't create it for it to be in this worst of condition. Whether that's considering us as human beings just not being proper things, not being proper, just beings, Not only that, but just like the way that we've ruined this world in certain ways, both like morally, physically, socially, whatever you want to say. Um, you know, and like I said, even if you are not a believer of God, you can resonate and you can understand where I'm coming from. Like, we need to really start taking care of the world. We really need to start taking care of this place that we call home, this place that we call Earth. It's that time that we change, not only for ourselves and not only for our families, the people that we love, the people that we know, our friends, but also for the earth and for animals. Animals help us. They help us cooperate. They help us live, man. A lot of y'all love y'all dogs. A lot of y'all love your dogs. You all love your cats. You all love your cats. And you all love your raccoons. You love your goats, your sheep, your chickens. You love all your animals. Your pigs. Doesn't matter. But this is the year that I definitely feel like overall, I just feel like, as I said, even though 2020 was rough, 2020 is it's really pushed us, I think, to really just, like I said, understand the severity of life. Really understand like how serious, life is, and how dire, situations can really be. And so I definitely agree. I feel like 2021 would be a year of change. It would be a year of just understanding more, but at the same time, I want to encourage you all to really hold true to that and to really hold up for that, because we're still dealing with people who are not really, they're not, I'm trying to think of the word, man. They're not in support of movement. They're not in support of pushing forward. They're not in support of positivity. And I definitely feel like there are certain things that will never necessarily go away. I brought this up, social injustice. I feel like it can definitely be changed, but when it comes to racism itself, racism is something that I don't necessarily feel will like magically vanish or go away. But at the same time, I mean, we can at least we can push to really fight against it. We've already done that, but I feel like what we need to do also is be conscious of how we're pushing for change and make sure we're doing it in the right way, in the right fashion. And so I think that's another thing. We need to definitely be conscious of how we approach things, because I don't feel like definitely like, considering we were in a pandemic, I really don't think the protests were always positive health wise. Even though people were saying that statistically there were no, COVID cases from, protests, I feel like we need to be conscious even of how we protest, of how we push for change. And so I also feel like 2021 will just be a better year. That's what I'm hoping for, and that's what I'm saying. And I feel like we need to speak it into existence that 2021 will be a better year. And even if it doesn't become a better year, if it doesn't move in the way that maybe we want it to, there's always room and time for growth and improvement. So don't get into this emotion of sadness. Don't get into this emotion of somberness. Don't do it, y'all. Don't get into these states of depression. I've said this plenty of times. Look, I understand life can get rough and life can get tough, but dude, claiming depression is not always good. It's not always worth it. It really isn't. And it's not always true, it's not always true. So, like I said, y'all, look, 2021, be hopeful, be positive, be kind, be loving, be thankful, be happy, be human, be a friend, be a family member, be a caregiver, be of service, be generous, be appreciate others. There's a variety of things I can talk about. But that's just a glimpse. That's a sneak peek. I might even make a separate video for that, y'all. Probably will. But Stretchmore back here again. 2021 is here. First video of 2021. You know, I had to do it, y'all. It's almost time for me to go to sleep, and I might upload a few more videos today. If anything, maybe 4 more videos, and I'll be done. But I don't know. I'll see. Maybe 4 more videos. Other than that, y'all. Or I might surprise y'all with a lot of videos. I don't know. We'll wait and see. We'll wait and see, because like I said, I am going to be taking a little bit of a break because I need to update these videos. I will be pushing out the Q&A eventually, and just tons of other things. But oh yeah, an online school thing too. But y'all, 2021 is here. Do what you need to do. It's time. Thank you all for the support as always. I love you all. See you all later. Peace.